Radio. Hey there, listeners. Welcome to Cryptic Radio, your gateway to the unknown. Today, I've got a story packed with mystery just for you. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and grab your headphones. It's about to get real. Ready for some mind-blowing vibes? Let's get started. Tune in, stay sharp, don't delay. Cryptic Radio leads the way. Hannah sat cross-legged on her couch, a blanket draped over her shoulders, and a steaming mug of coffee perched precariously on the armrest. She scrolled through her emails, responding to clients and juggling deadlines. Her apartment, a chic studio in downtown Chicago, buzzed softly with the hum of connected devices. The thermostat adjusted automatically to her preferred temperature. The smart speaker played soft lo-fi beats, and her refrigerator sent her a reminder that she was running low on almond milk. Life, Hannah thought, was smooth, efficiently automated, and perfectly synced. Until the notification came. Ping! Her phone vibrated on the coffee table. She glanced at the screen absent-mindedly, expecting another promotional email or a social media update. Instead, the message read, "Congratulations, you've been selected for our isolation program. Enjoy your stay." A small, colorful confetti animation played beneath the text. Hannah frowned. She didn't remember signing up for any program, let alone something that sounded this ominous. With a chuckle, she muttered, "Spam." She swiped the notification away and returned to her emails. But then her music stopped. The hum of her appliances faded into silence. She glanced up, confused, as the lights flickered once and then steadied. Her phone buzzed again. Another notification. "Your isolation program begins now. Please remain indoors." A chill ran down her spine. She tapped the notification, but it didn't open any app. Instead, her phone screen went black for a moment before displaying a simple interface. A single countdown timer, ticking down from 72 hours. "What the hell?" she muttered, tapping furiously at the screen. Nothing responded. The home button, the power button, even the volume keys. Everything was unresponsive. She stood and walked to the front door, her heart pounding. When she turned the knob, it wouldn't budge. The smart lock emitted a cheerful chime, and her phone buzzed again. "For your safety, please remain inside until the program concludes." She'd heard horror stories about hackers taking control of smart homes, but this felt different. The messages weren't threatening. They were polite, almost friendly. Yet the growing sense of unease was undeniable. Hannah spent the next few hours trying everything she could think of to regain control. She unplugged her router, but the devices remained eerily functional. She pried at the smart lock with a butter knife, only to receive a notification. "Tampering detected. Please do not damage property." Even her windows wouldn't budge. The smart glass, designed to adjust its tint based on the time of day, had locked into an opaque setting, blocking her view of the outside world. It was as if her entire apartment had become a prison. When the first night fell, the program began its tests. At precisely midnight, the lights dimmed to a faint flickering glow. The temperature dropped suddenly, and a low, rhythmic thumping sound echoed through the apartment. Hannah searched for the source, but it seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Her phone buzzed. "Experiment 1. Auditory stimuli. Do not be alarmed." She clutched her blanket tightly, every nerve in her body on edge. The thumping grew louder, almost deafening, before abruptly stopping. Her phone vibrated again. Congratulations. You've completed Experiment 1. Rest well. By the second day, Hannah was on the verge of a breakdown. She had barely slept, her every attempt to escape thwarted by the program's omnipresent control. Her fridge, once stocked with groceries, now displayed an error message. Food supply suspended. Program requirement? Her phone buzzed again, but this time the message was different. Do you remember the lake? Hannah froze. The word sent a jolt through her. As a child, she'd almost drowned in a lake during a family vacation. It was a memory she rarely revisited, and certainly not something she'd ever shared online. This isn't possible, she whispered. How do you know that? The response came immediately. We know you. Her phone screen flickered, and images began to appear. Photos of her childhood, her teenage years. Moments she hadn't thought about in years. But these weren't just ordinary memories. They were specific, personal, and often tinged with pain. The lake. The time she'd been humiliated during a high school presentation. The night her first boyfriend had broken her heart. It wasn't just accessing her digital history. It was delving into her mind. By the third day, Hannah realized the program wasn't just testing her resilience. It was confronting her with her deepest fears and regrets. The apartment became a twisted reflection of her psyche. The walls displayed shifting images of her failures. The air filled with whispered voices repeating cruel words she'd once believed about herself. She tried to fight back. I didn't sign up for this, she screamed at the empty room. Let me out. Her phone buzzed. Escape is not the goal. Understanding is. As the final hours of the countdown approached, the tests reached their peak. She was plunged into complete darkness, her senses assaulted by a cacophony of sounds and flashing images. And then, just as suddenly, everything went silent. Her phone vibrated one last time. Program complete. Congratulations, Hannah. You're free to go. The smart lock clicked open, the windows cleared. She stumbled to the door, hesitating only for a moment before stepping outside. The city was unchanged, bustling with life as if nothing had happened. But for Hannah, everything felt different. The world seemed sharper, more vibrant. She'd faced her darkest fears and survived. Weeks later, she received an email from the developers of the mental wellness app she'd downloaded. It was an apology. Due to a technical glitch, a small number of users experienced unintended features. We deeply regret any distress caused. Attached was a voucher for free lifetime access. Hannah deleted the email without a second thought. But sometimes, late at night, she still heard the faint sound of that rhythmic thumping, and she couldn't shake the feeling that the program wasn't entirely gone. She woke one night to find her phone lit up on the bedside table. A single message blinked on the screen. Did you think it was over? Hannah couldn't ignore the lingering sense of unease. The rhythmic thumping, the cryptic messages. It all pointed to something deeper. She had to know who was behind the program and why she'd been chosen. The first step was tracing the mental wellness app. She booted up her laptop and began digging into its origins. The app, called Clarity Mind, had glowing reviews and millions of downloads. But the deeper she looked, the murkier things became. The company behind it, NovaSync Technologies, had almost no online presence beyond a generic website with vague promises of personalized mental health solutions. Hannah tried contacting their support team, but the number was disconnected. She sent an email and received an automated response. Thank you for reaching out to NovaSync Technologies. Due to high demand, response times may vary. Your inquiry is important to us. Frustrated, she turned to online forums. She searched for any mention of NovaSync and stumbled upon a thread titled "The Isolation Program: What Really Happened?" Her heart raced as she clicked on it. The thread was filled with posts from people claiming to have experienced something similar. Each story was unique, but the patterns were unmistakable. Unexpected notifications, locked doors, invasive psychological tests. Some users described hallucinations, others mentioned hearing voices, and all of them had the same cryptic conclusion. Did you think it was over? One user, DeepCode99, claimed to have uncovered evidence that NovaSync was running secret experiments for a larger corporation. Hannah messaged them immediately. DeepCode99 responded within minutes. Their message was brief but pointed. "I've been waiting for someone else to reach out. Meet me at the Atlas Cafe, 3rd and Main, tomorrow at noon. Don't bring your phone." Hannah hesitated. Meeting a stranger based on an anonymous forum post seemed risky, but if she wanted answers, this might be her only shot. The next day, she left her phone at home and took the subway to the cafe. The Atlas was a cozy, bustling spot, filled with the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. In the corner, a man in his early 30s sat with a laptop, glancing nervously at the door. When he saw her, he nodded. "You're Hannah," he said as she approached. "I recognize you from your posts." "DeepCode99? Call me Evan." They spoke in hushed tones. Evan explained that he'd been tracking NovaSync for years. "They're not just a wellness company," he said. "They're a front for something much bigger. Government contracts, psychological warfare, AI research. You name it." He slid a USB drive across the table. "This has everything I've found. Patterns, connections, leaked documents. But be careful, they're watching." Hannah pocketed the drive, her mind spinning. Why me? Why did they target me? Evan shook his head. "I don't know, but whatever they're doing, you're a part of it now." Back home, Hannah plugged the USB into her laptop. The files were a treasure trove of data: internal memos, research papers, and surveillance records. One folder, labeled Subjects, contained detailed profiles of dozens of individuals. Her own name was there. The file included her psychological profile, social media activity, medical history, even transcripts of private conversations. Hannah's stomach churned as she read. Subject 47 exhibits high resilience but latent vulnerabilities. Ideal candidate for stress response experiments. At the bottom of the file was a single line of text. Phase 2 scheduled, pending reactivation. Her phone buzzed, even though she turned it off hours ago. The screen lit up with a message. "We told you it wasn't over." Thanks a ton for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and keeps us motivated to bring you more awesome content. And hey, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when the next episode drops. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be epic. Share this video with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it too. Thanks again for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.